Welcome to Junkyard Haunts, where we turn trash into haunts. Today we're going to be making a killer apple. This is an apple that you can find in any home decoration store. I actually stole this from my parents, so thank you, parents. For the apple, we're going to cut out a big mouth and then actually take a heat gun and melt it down a little bit. It'll make the apple seem more wrinkled and decrepit. And on top of that, it will also make the mouth look a little better. And then because killer apples obviously have arms and legs, we're going to just take some wire that I had laying around, and we're going to make legs and a little top with this wire. I stuck my wire out in legs in such a way that it'll be able to balance on them and actually look more like legs. And I just tried to make each leg look a little different and as creepy as positioned as possible. I had nothing specific in mind. And since just sticking wire straight into this apple, it's going to move around a lot, I used some hot glue gun on the edges to seal it down so it won't move as much. And then we're going to actually take some black spray paint and try to age this apple a little bit better and look more creepy. We're just going to spray it on and then wipe it off as fast as we can. And then you'll see a little bit of black left over. This spray paint will also eat away at the styrofoam inside of this apple, but that's okay. It will make it kind of look better. And then we're going to move on to CelluClay and actually build up these wires to make it look more thick and more like legs. CelluClay is really cheap and inexpensive. You just add some water till it's a little bit thick and then just wrap it around those wires. And then you use water to rub it down to make those things look as smooth as possible. It's okay if there's little holes and gaps throughout, because again, I feel like stuff like that always adds character to this. I can link to a prop where I talk much more about CelluClay if you guys want to learn more. Notice my green paint. I like to use everything I can, so I actually cut the bottle open to get more paint out of it because nothing was squeezing out of it. Most plants are always green, so we're going to paint these arms and legs green, and we do that by mixing a little bit of black in with our green a little poorly, so it creates different greens within that one quick stroke that we're putting across this. Now when we fill in this paint, we want to fill it in as much as possible and cover up every little thing. I'm working with another YouTube channel using his music as my background, so I think right now I'll go ahead and play a little bit of that and let you guys hear it. And don't forget to check out his channel. And now we're going to put some leaves on it to make our killer apple look more like an actual living plant. And we just hot glue those on, and then we're going to take that green paint back and actually paint over that hot glue gun marks to hide that plastic looking glue, so that the CelluClay would actually dry properly. I used this tape to set it on so there's no pressure points or flat spots created by just setting it up to let it dry. And it actually works pretty good just to leave it there and paint around it too. That way I don't have to keep holding it. Now this part's a little hard to see, but we're actually going to be adding teeth, since it's a killer apple, not a nice apple. To do this, I had some old plastic cups that I'm actually going to cut the teeth out of, and I'm just making them triangles and actually filling them up with hot glue to thicken out those triangles to make them more like teeth, since teeth aren't just thin plastic. And again, yeah, this is hard to see because we're messing with clear teeth. And then we take some scissors and cut them down so that they're straight edges to make them look nice, sharp, and pointy. But after that, we fill up the hot glue gun to thicken them out. We're actually going to paint them over with kind of like a yellowish color, a white and yellow, or just a flat out yellow to make it look more like rotting teeth. I had to put a bunch of coats of paint on the teeth to make sure that they actually stay the color I needed. Hot glue does not accept paint very well, so it just takes more coats. Eventually it will, but it just takes a lot more coats. And then to connect the teeth, I just use more hot glue and stick a little bit of glue on and stick that teeth straight on. And after all the teeth are on, I just take some more black paint and cover up those little new glue marks that we made and actually kind of make it look a little bit more like the gums of the apple. And after that black doesn't even dry, I go ahead and add some red back over that and kind of blend that black into the apple. Now the black is probably fine since we did a little black coat earlier on and rubbed it off, but I think the red helps it blend in a little bit more because the black was just a little too prevalent. The killer apple! Actually, I think that's the best named prop I've had yet. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share with your friends. Leave a comment below and tell me what other fruit and vegetables we should make horror things out of. At the end of these, I like to go over things that I could have done better. So there's one leg that's on this side over here. It kind of curves in at this angle. I think it would have looked better if I would have had it curving out that angle. I know that's a really simple fix, but I think that would have made it look better. So comment below, tell me what you think would have made it better. I thought this project was really fun and pretty easy actually. So it's a good starting point for you guys who want to start in something. I'm just kidding. You guys thought I was going to stick my finger in there. I'm not stupid.